prominence. And distal to that, you can get a little bit of edema. But actually, it's not bad. So sometimes we end up throwing this poor little sucker to the wolves while we try to make these better. But I think it looks fine.
Okay, so.
But we're trying to keep a close eye on him. He really doesn't need antibiotics, honest to God.
Okay.
I know. We don't, you know.
I'm nervous about leaving.
Take a picture. Do you have a camera? Send her a picture every day.
Oh, sorry. No, you're fine.
Every day. You can tell a lot. Now, don't take it too close. You have to take it a little farther away. You have to see the peri-wound area.
My mother's can take a picture
Yeah.
and send it to me.
Well,
I'm
in
nervous about
Maine
leaving.
we're really bad at wound care. In Maine. No, we suck.
I think
mean, you know how we treat.
probably have a lot.
Do you know how we treat
patients?
wounds in Maine? Hacksaw.
I'll get it.
But
Hopefully not.
no, that's what they do. The amputation rate here is extremely high, but
We can get this honey stuff.
Well,
we're not that way.
I will order it online, and I think that they have a little bit that they're gonna probably let me have for a couple days until I can get it
All
here.
I'm gonna give you is this.
See, you're in what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to toot my own horn. You see, you're in the right wound
I
center.
got you.
We prevent amputation. See,
I'm with you, okay?
not yet. When
Well,
you
that's
heal
what
them,
wound care does anyway. You
prevent
amputation.
amputations
Exactly.
and save lives.
And same with podiatry. They'd like to keep
No,
your feet.
I don't think podiatry cares about
No,
that.
Are you That's a joke, right?
No, it's not.
What?
No, you gotta stay up in Maine a little longer.
Okay.
Take a look at some of their orthotic shoes. and
Well,
then see
I
if you
got
can
to
do
work
the
at
same.
Cape Cod Hospital for a long time,
I
so
almost worked there.
It's a great hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
almost
that's
worked
what
there.
you're using is the Medi honey, and can you go over?
Because
You're doing very
Laurel
well.
had already put in, she already ordered stuff for you.
But stay on it.
Yes.
We'll keep an eye on it. Your job is to make sure you look at it every day. If you see it blow up, what does that mean? It turns red, like you have with infection, and it would be a very rapid process. The wounds start to drain heavily. The leg gets much smaller, much more red. You can't sense pain anymore, but you might feel something weird. And if you have anything like that and it's rapidly progressive, let us know.
Can you go over the Medi honey again for him?
What about?
What it's used for, not where it's coming from my mouth, but from your mouth as
Oh.
his physician. Because after I leave,
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, honey, oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
Been around. We've been using it for 200,000 years, we think. And it was in like people all over the world. Wound care was the first specialty because you'd go out and hunt, and the mammoth would gore you, and you had to do something about it. You get infected, you get nicks, and they invented the poultice. Almost every society independently invented a different type of poultice, but they were all very similar, and virtually all of them contained honey eventually. So people in many different cultures figured out that honey was a very good anti-infective and good for wounds a very long time ago. And of course, in our infinite arrogance, we dismissed it, and now we've rediscovered that magic. Honey is actually the best dressing there is, surprisingly. If you look at data on wound dressings, virtually none is better than the other, statistically speaking. Silver in a dressing is no better than cotton, if you look at it statistically. However, honey has a slight edge versus other kinds of dressings. And honey's pretty unique because it's hypertonic, therefore it moisturizes and absorbs. You can lose it in a wound and it doesn't matter because your body absorbs it. Only dressing that does that. Every other dressing becomes a foreign body, and that is very dangerous. And we see a lot of that. Packing in a wound can be a really terrible thing.
I pulled some out when I got
And they get
got
necrotic,
here.
and they get disgusting, and they cause infections, and they're often worse than doing nothing at all. It kills fungi. Very few things do that. It is an odor controller. Controls odor. It has enzymes in it that stimulate your own autolytic enzymes to debride. So it does what every other dressing does. Maybe not as top notch, say collagenase may be a better debrider, but it's infinitely cheaper. And it does all these other things too.
I was gonna ask
Sometimes
about
less expensive.
collagen.
Yeah. So I love it, and it doesn't have too much of a downside. Medical honey, they run it through a strainer, so you get all the stingers. So if you're highly allergic to bees, it's still okay. And they irradiate it to get rid of Clostridium botulinum, which you can, if you're a baby and you have a big wound and you put honey all over them, sous vide off the shelf, or wild honey that hasn't been irradiated, you can kill them theoretically. But adults, you usually don't have enough surface area to relative to mass to really worry about. So they have studied, by the way, medical honey, which we use, versus off-the-shelf Manuka wild honey, and there's no difference. But it's not FDA approved, so you're not allowed to use it. And no doctor, no wound care doctor in the country would say you could ever use anything like that.
So for your for the medi honey and the wicking and the dressing, how many times a day? Once a day, twice a day?
Varies,
How often
depends
do
on
you want it
drainage.
checked?
Now at first we were figuring you were going to have to do it every day.
That's what we're doing.
And that's what I would continue doing for a while. But pretty
Okay.
soon it's going to dry up, and then we'll
Exactly.
be able to go to every 3 or so.
Yep.
However,
He's
when we're
supposed
using
to
honey,
see you on Friday also.
yes.
Lucky
Are you coming?
Lucky you. No, she's.
Oh,
she's
dang.
Hopefully I'll be able to fly home on Thursday, but it all depends on how he looks
Yeah,
and
sure.
my mother's stress level.
Right on. Well, she's doing a good job. Not many people would be this good at this stage. I'm happy.
Okay. Thank you.
So,
Doctor.
okay, let me just make, I just want to clarify this.
Got to keep it simple, though.
So,
you know my.
Laurel had already put an order in for them for all the Aquacel for Friday, but we're changing it to, so they're gonna get, he's gonna get that. He's gonna get the Aquacel, but,
Oh, well, that's okay. You can use the honey as the contact layer. The Aquacel you put on top of it.
and really, the only one he needs that for is that one anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, on Friday, these were really draining a lot.
What do you think on the heels?
The heels are going to
when
do
is that
fine.
gonna?
Slough off.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I used that word with my mother this morning.
No,
and
you
she-
need
she was
to.
like,
It's
"Can you
going to."
spell that for me?
Yeah, SLOUGH. It will slough off because it's hypertrophic,
The
meaning
problem is, what's going to happen when that
It's just gonna be
happens
normal
and
skin
he has
under it.
the bleeding
It
and my
won't
mother
bleed.
can't control
It's
the-
not going to bleed.
Okay, that's it.
There's going to be normal skin under it. He's healing it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep the pressure off. It will heal.
Like this, see how we're doing here?
Yeah,
You've got no pressure, that's how you,
yeah,
that's,
yeah. I kind of joked that they should just get a short bed, but I don't think they.
Yeah, we've been keeping him off his
Folks
feet.
don't always like my jokes. Yeah, I mean, I like his little, heelless slippers. That's good.
I ordered him 2 more pairs so you
Good.
can have, because Mom said that you wanted one for inside and one for outside. And then I ordered a fun pair that looked like sporty snakes.
I like the pink fluffy bunny ones.
I did not get him those. Missed those ones.
Okay,
All right, Doctor.
I gotta run.
I know.
He's
Thank
doing
you.
good, I think.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
so, like I said, she already ordered that,
Let's go.
Aquacel, she ordered Aquacel, so all I put on here is just a DVD pad
Yep.
on the heels. So the only one that's really draining is this one.
Yes.
So if you get a tube of honey, go online to medihoney.com or whatever. Just order a tube of it, and you can put a little bit of honey in that, and then you could put a little layer of the Aquacel on top of it just to contain the drainage.
Yes.
I put Medihoney gel and Medihoney alginate. I put both in there.
Right now you do.
Yes. He really does.
Huh?
He really, wow.
The you
I've got
did
both
the meta
honeys.
honey and then you did the meta honey alginate.
Yeah.
You covered it with.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I did.
And how did you?
I did, and you can take this home.
Thank you.
This will do you quite a bit, quite a while,
To
because
see if you guys could order some different products also, because I know that it's expensive for me to order this, or for my mother to order it, and his insurance should cover this type of foam padding, which he prefers on his heels,
okay.
because.
I can try, but his order is probably en route right now.
Yeah, it doesn't have this though.
And No, I know that, but I don't know, I'm just saying, I don't know that your insurance will pay for it, but I
Oh,
can try, I
okay.
can, I will.
Oh, I thought Medicare would, okay.
They're
I didn't know.
real picky, they're
Okay.
real picky,
If-
so
if
I'll
not-
try.
If not, then I'll order it, and my mom
And
can
that, I
put
think
it.
is expensive, I think that's
It is
expensive,
expensive.
yeah.
Yeah, for five, 4x4s, it's $26.
Yeah, it's expensive,
They didn't order me anything, they said that.
and they're real picky, they're very picky about
Okay.
how we order and the drainage, they'll only give you such and such, you know.
All right.
So I will
As
try,
long as
I will,
know-
I will try.
Yeah, as long as I know if it's not coming for him, I can order it for them.
Well, they should call him and tell him, if they're not gonna send it, they should call him. TW,
And that is, wound.
it's TWS, Total Wound Care Solutions, it's out of state, it's in one of the Carolinas.
Okay.
But see, she already,
I find
This is-
everything that I order gets here 5 days later than it's supposed to
That's
in
probably-
Maine for some reason.
this is the name of it, here, I'll show you. Right here, this is who we,
Yeah.
for anyone that's got Medicare, and they're usually really good. They're usually really good sending stuff, and usually, if there's, usually on first time orders, it's usually within 24 hours that they send things. But anyway, so she ordered. She ordered gelling fiber, ABD pads, roll gauze, a sleeve of gauze for cleaning, and silk tape. That's what she ordered.
Okay, so I need some more saline flush. I've got half a bottle of, it's about a liter. I have about half a liter left. I know that one's pretty cheap and,
I can't give you more. I can't give her any more supplies.
oh, no, I don't need it from you. Does a doctor, can you write a prescription for saline?
I'll ask him. I mean, this
And then
is, this is,
just bring it to his pharmacy?
I mean, I can ask him. If
Yeah,
they're not,
just for some saline, because in the packs that you gave, they wanted us to do, there's a little pink
oh,
tube.
saline.
Yeah, and they wanted us flushing, so we went through
Which one,
those
this
two.
one?
Yep, that one, yep. So there's some little pink ones, but I have a bottle, but I only have half of it left. And so I'll go pick up, maybe a 20 ml or a 10 ml. But after I leave, they're gonna need more. So I mean, I know for myself, the pharmacy will stock me up. If I ask them, it's pretty cheap with my insurance, but I don't know if it's different here.
Oh dear. Seriously.
But usually the saline bottles, I can stop and get that for my mom. It's one less thing that I can, try to help her with.
Ruining